Bonjour, bienvenue aux classes de français. Hello, welcome to my channel, The French Classroom. This is the next lesson of the Basic French series. In the previous class, we have learned about the French alphabets. If you haven't watched the video, please find the link in the description below. In today's class, we are going to learn about the French accents. These accents can completely change the pronunciation of a word. Luckily, most accent marks don't actually do very much. Let's learn them in detail. Les accents français. There are 5 French accents. First one, the CÉDILLE, which is placed on the C. Second, the accent aigu, which is used on the E. Third, the accent circonflexe, which is used on the vowels A, E, I, O, U. Fourth, the accent grave, which is used on the vowels A, E, U. Fifth, the accent TRÉMA, which is used on the vowels E, I, and U. Let's learn the French accents in some more detail. The first one is the CÉDILLE, also known as the CEDILLA. The CÉDILLE is a tiny tail under the letter C. It changes a hard sound C like K into a soft sound S. It is never used on the vowels E or I. For example, les garçons, boys, reçu, receipt. Here, the CÉDILLE is used on the word C to change the pronunciation of the word. Instead of K, garçon, it's pronounced as garçon because the CÉDILLE is placed on the letter C. Next one is the accent aigu, which is also called the acute accent. The accent aigu is placed above the E vowel and it changes the sound to A. Example, le canapé, which means the sofa. Le café, which means the coffee. The accent circonflexe, also known as the circumflex. It is used on the vowels A, E, I, O, U. The accent circumflex indicates that an S used to follow that vowel. For example, hospital. Here, the S is following the vowel. So we need to drop the S and add the circumflex on the O. And the word will be pronounced as hôpital. It is used to distinguish one word from the other that is spelt in the same way but is written differently. For example, sur, which means on, and sur, which means sure. Here, we are adding a circumflex on the letter U to distinguish between sur and sure. Example, le château, the castle. Le dîner, dinner. The fourth accent is the accent grave, the grave accent, which is used on the vowels A, E, and U. The accent grave is placed over A, E, and U, but it only changes the sound over E. It is also used to differentiate some words like a, which means to, versus a, which means has. Both the words are written in the same way, but their meanings are different. Just to differentiate between these two words, the accent grave is used. Another example is où, which means where, versus où, which means or. Some more examples. Voilà, which means there you go. The last accent is the accent TRÉMA, also called as DIARESIS. This is used on the vowels E, I, and U. The accent TRÉMA indicates that the vowel is to be pronounced separately from the one immediately before it, which means we are going to pronounce the two vowels in a different way. Example, Noel, No-el, Noel, which means Christmas. Layal, La-yal, Layal, which means the ancestor. Some important notes regarding the French accents. Sometimes the French accents are not used on the capital letters. If the correct French accent is not used, then it would be regarded as a spelling mistake. So please use our accents properly. Some French accents change the pronunciation and need to be learnt and practiced. Example, the E and the E. Here you can notice that there is an accent grave and an accent aigu. For example, A, été, which means summer, mère, which means mother. I hope you have learned the French accents. Remember, the more you listen, the more you will be able to recognize the words as they are spoken. If you have any questions or doubts regarding the lesson, please comment below and I'll be happy to answer them. Thanks for watching the video. Please share, like and subscribe. I'll see you then in my next video. Till then, au revoir.